Hey everyone. Happy Thursday and happy Embolic if you celebrate that. And welcome to Evolve, Unlock Your Limitless Potential. And we are doing the Lunch and Learn series today. And we have a special guest, Brooke Novello, who is going to be talking about past life regression. And so I'm just waiting for her to come on here. I'm going to put a link in my group. Hi, Brooke. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just going to put
Okay.
a link in the group here, and I've got it recording and everything. So just going to get this here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go take a little walk, grab my water because I forgot to grab it.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, oh, lovely. Um, there we go. Oh, did you mute me or mute me? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Oh boy.
Okay.
It's I I did mute you. But too late. But I think when I noticed there's no record button anymore, so it must go away once you're in it because it's recording. So yes, this is the older generation trying to figure out StreamYard. So
At least we're
uh,
learning.
yeah, we're learning. That's right. My daughter says that my son always says that every one of my lives is a comedy session or yeah. So and there's always something. Anyways, it's good. It keeps it entertaining, right?
It does. It does.
Yeah. So I posted the link in the group, and I am gonna just make sure I don't have any questions in there, and we're just gonna carry on in a second here because I can just uh, people will be able to uh, look
Watch
at
it
the
later.
recording. Yeah, they could watch it later. That's right. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. Yeah. Oops, I just will go do the add to everyone. I know some people don't like doing that, but
Oh, I see it a lot.
mm, yeah,
It's the easiest and quickest way to get to everybody.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
So get
so welcome everyone to our Thursday Lunch and Learn. I'm so excited about our guest, Brooke Novello, today. Brooke is a past life regression practitioner, but also does tarot, numerology, and distant Reiki. And so, welcome, Brooke. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so happy to have you on the Lunch and Learn series. It's great to have you here. Oh, someone else is here. Hi. I don't know how to activate this chat. I can see you. I just don't know how to.
to add them
Uh,
in. I'm really excited to be here. This is a huge passion of mine. So there we go. You've got her on. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited about this.
Awesome. So, for those who are tuning in and haven't been in a Lunch and Learn series, this is from my group on Facebook, which is called Evolve, Unlock Your Limitless Potential. And every Thursday we do a lunch and learn. So I'll either do live readings or bring on guests. So that's what today is, just for people who don't know. And I will be able to bring people in, or at least I will probably be watching my phone. I'll just put my phone here, um, because they might ask questions on here. Sorry, one sec. Okay. So, Brooke, I'm first, actually, if you don't mind, before I get into questions, I just want to tell everyone that I did a past life regression session with Brooke. So maybe I can just start by telling that story if you don't mind. And then, yeah. So I had a reoccurring vivid memory that kept coming into my awareness throughout my life. And I really didn't know if this was an actual memory or if it was just something that my spirit guides had put into my memory like it was a memory, because I absolutely can't see or couldn't see how it would be absolutely possible that what happened. And so what I did was I had went to a psychic myself, and she told me that she felt that it was a father from another lifetime who was um, putting what it was. I'll just try to tell a quick story here. Um, so I had this memory of being a little girl in ECS, or grade one, walking into my Catholic school library. No one was there. And I walked down an aisle and I found this really big old book. It was, I mean, it was big, it was huge, it was thick. And so I took it out, and it had a pentagram on the front. And I looked through the pages, and the pages were, it wasn't print, it was written in feather ink. And so I remember taking this book home, putting it on my bed, looking at it, reading it. It was a book of shadows. It had all these different spells in it, and that's all I remember. So I found, I mean, Brooke and I knew each other, but I went to Brooke and said, I want to do a session with you, past life regression session. And through it, I was able to see a past life where I was a child. I'm going to say it was in the UK somewhere. It was cobblestone. I was in the basement of a castle. There was a podium, or sorry, a pedestal, or that the Book of Shadows that I had was on. And anyways, so I saw all this wonderful stuff, and what came to me was the name of my father in that lifetime. And so when she took me through this session, then when I woke up or came to, or whatever, when it was done, I just blurted out David Devant. And so I actually looked up David Devant, who was an actual person. Centuries ago, he was an illusionist. And so that was, I mean, what it did for me, just finding that out, was it actually kind of put that memory to rest. It didn't keep popping up. It was almost gnawing at me from the inside, like I had to know. And so going through that really reconfirmed to me what my path in this lifetime was, and that indeed I should follow that, because that's who I am at soul level. That was my authentic nature. And so it really helped dissolve any blocks and any limiting beliefs that I had around doing, and plus huge fear, as you can imagine, from that era. and so, which I carried with me. So all of that really dissolved on its own just by going through this session. So it was really fantastic. Yeah. And I actually had a couple done with Brooke. So, Brooke, actually, I was really interested in how you came. How did you connect to past life regression therapy? How did you find it? What made you go towards that?
Well, I've always had a belief in reincarnation, that we have lived many, many lives.
Hmm.
There was always a curiosity about um, what were we in other lives? What did we do? What kind of people were we? What were our experiences? Um, and then I picked up a book, and I should have grabbed the book because I can't remember the name of it at the moment, where she actually made it understandable. And I was always intimidated because I thought you needed all this, really in-depth schooling and, university and all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And by the time I got to it, like I was in my mid 50s. So it's like, I don't want to go back to school.
Hmm.
I did. I took courses on it. But her book actually kind of woke it up again in me. I had lost several family members, a few to suicide, a few to just natural deaths, a few or one or two to we don't really know what happened.
Hmm.
So it was a curiosity, I think, that kind of got me going on it. And
Okay.
as I dug deeper into it, the more fascinated I got with it, and the more I could see the potential of helping other people with it, and that I could actually do it. This was
Hmm.
something I could do. So I studied on it, and I got stronger in it, and here I am.
Sorry, you cut out for a minute. So the part where you said, and you could do it. So you,
Oh, so I studied. I
oh,
did the
okay.
work. I learned as much as I could about it, and
Okay.
the process of doing it, and realized what a good tool this is to help people, to help us
Hmm.
find our blockages and what makes us tick. why
Nice.
why are we afraid of people or situations or things? What brings up our fears? Why do we have certain reactions, be it an intense attraction to a place or a person, or an intense revulsion where you don't understand why? You just know you don't like it, or you just love it, or
Mm.
you want to go to a place. Like, what draws you? And yeah, this actually helped me, and has allowed me to help other people.
Oh, awesome. So, can you tell me, like, have you had any clients that come back and tell you how powerful it was or impactful it was for them?
I've actually had a few, and it uh, one girl went back to Egypt, and it helped her face her own fears, like, and almost terrors
Hmm.
of loud noises, and of um, like earthquakes or crowds, or just it. And another kind of understood why she reacted or was drawn to a person that she
Mm.
couldn't, because they couldn't. She was trying to make a relationship work with them. It didn't work, never did work. But she understood, once the past life regression, she understood why. um,
Nice.
I had a girl actually message me this morning to say that it really opened a door. She went into it, she was just curious more than anything, and it her guides were going, are you sure you want to do this? And she was determined, and she's very grateful that she did it,
Nice.
and it opened doors for her, which it because it's very healing as well. Like, I can take you or help you heal. I don't do anything really. We do it together.
So, have you had anyone that did a session with you and and felt like maybe they didn't get anything from it in terms of like visually, like, I mean, were these people intuitives or healers themselves, or like what would you say to someone, a newbie at this? Like, what's the biggest thing that they need to do to kind of prepare for it?
Honestly, to prepare for it, you just have to really be open. And if you're having a session, make sure you're dressed comfortably. You've eaten, drank some water. You don't want to be uncomfortable in any way with it. There's always a fear that you won't get anything. I have never had a session where we don't get at least something.
Hmm.
Um, Especially with the first time someone who do it for the time and they don't know what to do or how to do it or if they're even going to get anything.
Hmm.
Um, we just work at it. I have yet to have anyone who really doesn't get anything. We always get something. Yeah, you just have to be open to the process and want to. You have to really want to know.
Okay. Why do you say wear comfortable clothing and eat?
So that you're comfortable. There's
Okay.
nothing like there's nothing constricting you that you know how you'll just sit and twitch
Mm,
and twist
hmm.
and try to get comfortable. To eat so there's no hunger. You're not
Okay,
getting
I see.
hungry and really wishing you could have something. And the same thing with, make sure you have water.
Okay. Yeah, just so that you can really focus and stuff, I guess, hey, on what
Yes.
you're doing. Yeah. Nice. And I know you're going to tell us a little bit more about what you're doing today, but I want to just go to the numerology because um, I've never actually did any numerology readings or anything, or gone to someone who did numerology. So can you share with me, like, if I was to come to you to get a numerology reading, I guess if it's called, tell me about that. What does that do or help with?
Numerology is actually very insightful. Just from your birth date alone, you can get what might be holding you back. You can get what gives you strength. You can kind of get what you came in here for, like why that would be your destiny and why you have come. Um, like for somebody who's a destiny is the total of your birthday. That's your day, your month, your year, and you add them all together. So if say you have a 2, you're either very social, you do things together, you like company, um, you work in teams, or you need to learn to. It all depends on where your strengths and weaknesses are, which
Mm-hmm.
also come up in your name. But
Okay.
just your birthday state itself, you can learn a tremendous amount.
Okay. So I would imagine that numerology would be really good for anyone with a business or who either wants to start a business because it would help them to see what. So I would imagine that. Oh, just to double check, sorry, for them to just see if they're on the right path with their business or yeah, any kind of things like that, what their strengths are, their weaknesses are through, and which might help with, what they're
Oh,
be
absolutely.
better prepared, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And so how long have you been doing that for?
Oh, numerology. My dad actually gave me a book way back in the 80s
Oh, wow. Nice.
on it. So I have to say, he kind of started me on the journey.
Okay.
And I did all our family, I did friends, I did anyone
Hmm.
and everyone. And everybody said, oh, yeah, that's exactly what so and so is like. I just found it
Yeah.
fascinating.
Okay. And what about with relationship? I would imagine is,
You can
yeah.
absolutely. You can take
Okay.
the birth date of yourself and
Hmm.
of your significant other or someone you're interested in and see
Mm.
how well it matches. I mean,
Okay.
not to say they can't work through the issues if they don't
Right.
match,
Yeah.
but you can just see whether how good of a match they are.
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of a fun thing to do too, right?
Yeah,
Like, Especially in this day and age of internet dating and such.
Right, just cut right through it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Make sure you do the numerology report every time.
Yeah. Well, I could get quite rich on that one.
Yeah. And then, so you have, oh, and distant Reiki, yeah. Before I get to your website and stuff, you do the distant healing. So can you explain how that works for people?
I actually find the distance works for me better than
Yeah,
in person. I mean, both work really well,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I almost find for myself,
yeah.
because I tend to be very intuitive and empathic. So I will absorb what, if you're feeling sad, I will feel really sad.
Mm-hmm.
So I find a distance is almost, it gives me that disconnect,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
I find really helpful. It
yeah.
helps me focus on what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So, and then, so you have a website and a YouTube channel where like where people could find you if they wanted to set that stuff up, an appointment with you, schedule an appointment.
Absolutely. I have a website, tranquilitytherapies.ca. Um, I do have a YouTube channel. It's just under Brooke N at the moment. That's kind
Okay.
of under construction.
Okay.
And I also have my Facebook. We'll post the link below because
Yeah.
there's a few tranquility therapies on there, which I didn't realize at the
Okay.
time.
How is it spelled? And I'll put it into the chat here too.
Okay, it's Tranquility Therapies, um,
All lowercase?
uppercase T, and then Tranquility Therapies. Let me just find it. Um, and then I can give you or send you the link. Just, I didn't realize how many were on here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you type in Tranquility Therapies and there's a whole bunch
Oh,
that pop up. Um,
boy, the sun's coming in here.
just warming you up. Um, this always takes me a little bit to figure out because I'm just not very techy and I don't
No.
do it often enough to. Okay, no.
Well, we can always post that underneath as
Yeah, we'll have
well.
to do it
Yeah.
because I will have to figure this out, and that
Okay.
could
Yeah.
take me a while.
Okay. Yeah. I'll post that. And I think I could probably bring that up and then I'll just post the link underneath the comments of this video. Yeah. So, and so going back to the past life regression therapies, how, like, can you tell me, like, if someone comes to see you and books that session with you, can you tell me, like, how long it is and, like, kind of what they can expect in a session with you?
Yeah, a session usually lasts anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. I've actually had one that went almost three.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, I try to get you into a, don't try, I actually do, get you into a really relaxed state. So we'll do like a, oh, words are eluding me.
Visualization or
Yes,
meditation
thank you.
or yeah.
We'll do, thank you. We do a short meditation first, just to get you
Okay.
relaxed
Okay.
yeah, and open. And then I do a visualization in which I will take you to a bridge. And
Okay.
as we cross this bridge, you're going from your current life
Yeah.
into a past life, whichever one happen, happens to come up, whatever one that
Okay.
your soul needs you to work on at the moment.
I see.
Now you always think this is going to be into a traumatic life or something, but I've
Hmm.
actually had several people where they go into a really happy life. They're
Mm.
happy, they're content, they have everything they want. And so I will just ask, well, why was this life chosen? And they
Mm-hmm.
say to just show that there are happy lives too. Not every
Mm.
life is a struggle,
Okay.
which I found really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so yeah, yeah, you have to be open, and don't go in with expectations, or you go in with what you want to find out and learn. And
Right, because you're not guiding them like into a particular life. You're just like you say, getting them to a bridge, and then they're going to see that, and so see whatever lifetime it is they
yeah,
want to go into. Yeah. And um, so then when you're in the middle of this, do you talk to them to people? Do you expect them or want them to respond out loud, or do you do that? Do they,
yes,
have
they need to speak out loud, because I'm their guide. I can get them to the place, and then I can guide them. And as things come up, we can delve a little deeper into it. We can
Mhm.
heal it if it needs healing. We can see which direction maybe they need to go in, because a lot of
Okay.
times they will go to a certain point and then kind of get stuck.
Okay.
So then it's my job as the therapist to
Hmm.
move them beyond that, and
Okay.
just really sometimes it's we do have to do a lot of digging and a lot of taking them a little deeper.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm just a guide. I do not influence. I do not ask leading questions. I do not plant anything, because when your subconscious is open, it is very open and it's very susceptible.
Mm-hmm.
So I could say, well, go to that bridge over there, when there actually isn't a bridge over there, but now I've put a bridge over there. And so I don't ask anything other than what are you seeing? Why are you experiencing,
Hmm.
just very, very general, generic type
But
questions.
it's like an
Very
interactive
much.
session then. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Have you had anyone that's been really almost like fearful to go into it? Like when they're there, they like, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, or have
Honestly, I haven't had, yes, I've had people that are nervous because they don't
mm-hmm.
know what to expect.
Right,
And so some, it tends to be, especially a first time person, because they don't know what to expect. And
right.
so they might be a little bit more closed off. So I have to work a little harder at getting them relaxed and open. But no, I haven't had anyone where we've got nothing from, or they've been too afraid to go into it.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's great. So it sounds like it's, yeah, like I mean, I remember for myself it was really relaxing, and um but I don't want to say too much more about that because then I'll be I'll be talking kind of about stuff that you're going to talk about. But um yeah, I remember the second, well, each time was really fantastic because I got myself vivid pictures of it. But and the second one, just I guess to throw this out there too, is that I remember the second one I came to because of a connection that I had with somebody who really was very impactful in my life, who I believe was my twin flame. Um, and so just I wanted to understand that connection better. So even so with relationship with this as well, or even I would imagine like, myself as a coach, that sometimes like you feel like maybe you're not getting clients, or a certain niche that you've chosen isn't the niche that seems to be bringing people. I would imagine that even for a lot of entrepreneurs and that in business, and then people with relationship, or even like maybe that are having a lot of illness in this lifetime, I bet you it would help really well with getting kind of to the root of that stuff, eh?
It very much does. Yeah. And we can
Mm-hmm.
also help heal that, or at least start the healing process with it.
Right.
I always say, make sure you have a journal afterwards, because
Okay.
stuff will
Yeah.
continue to come up.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Fantastic. And so your favorite thing to do out of all of them is,
Is definitely the
I
past
mean,
life regression.
okay, yeah. Which I mean, you probably like all of them, but
I do. They're all, and they
yeah,
all bring a different thing. But yeah, my absolute favorite is the past life regression.
yeah. Okay, awesome. So, I know you want, we're going to take people through just a introductory kind of one, like a, just so that people can experience it somewhat. But I wanted just to have you talk about the stuff, like give them the guidance and direction and stuff like that. And I'll look in the group if there's any questions. If I can get the light here. There, it's perfect. Um, and so that we can get that out of the way before you take us through that session. So do you want to just do your little talk about what, you know, yeah, what people need to expect through this and
Sure. A
okay.
lot of people, and they are nervous about it. Mainly because what anybody actually sees about hypnosis is those goofy guys on TV that'll make you quack like a duck or bark like a
Mm,
dog or
mhm,
it, those just entertaining things. But what people don't understand is you have to agree to that. On some level, you have to
mhm,
agree to that. I've actually talked to people who said they've gone to those things, and when the
mhm,
time came, they didn't do it because they really didn't want to.
mm, mhm,
So, with all of this, I think one of the most important things people need to know is that they're always in control. I'm not in control, I'm only the guide. The,
mhm,
the, the client is always in control. And so, if there's anything that is really making them uncomfortable,
mhm,
and first off, if I get that even hint, I'm able to pull them up a little bit so that if there's something that they're going to go into that was really traumatic for them, they can observe it just as a movie. So
mhm,
they won't necessarily get the feelings. I had one girl actually, it was way early on, where I did this, and I was a newbie. She was probably only about my third practice one
mhm,
doing this, and she went really deep really quickly. And she went back to a really traumatic time, a
mhm.
really traumatic life. I mean, for the most part, up to a point, it was good, but then it was, as they say, all hell broke loose.
Okay.
And you could hear the panic in her voice and the emotion coming up. And at first, it was like, oh no, how do I do this? How do I get her out of this? And then I remembered my training. And I went, and so I was able to pull her up just enough where she could observe it, and we were able to get her through it, and it's actually helped her heal a great deal.
Hmm. Yeah.
She's gone on to do what she wanted to do in life, but was too afraid to before.
Mm.
So I'm very happy and that it all worked out. I've done one or two for her since, and both helped tremendously. But that was probably the biggest that I've ever had to deal with. And of course, it had to be right when I started.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
But
course.
jump in with both feet, right? So I think what I'm trying to say is I don't influence.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
like I've explained, I don't. I make it very clear right off the bat that the client is always in control. They
Hmm.
can come out if they need to. If
Right.
they're feeling uncomfortable, something's overwhelming, and we're not able to get it to a point where they can just observe it, they
Hmm.
can come out of it on their own.
Right.
I'm simply a guide. That's
Okay.
all I do.
So
Um,
when you take us through this, though, um, so what do people like? Do you want to talk to them about what kinds of things they might expect? Like they might see visually, they might feel like how can people that through this one that you're doing today with us, what should they Or what are just different things that they might experience?
What should they expect? The one I'm going to do today is really is a very introductory one. This is simply to show you, or so that people can see how they get their information. Everybody gets their information a different way. That is
Okay.
one thing that I realized was they all expected to go in and see all these wondrous
Yeah.
visions. And it didn't, it doesn't. Some will get it
Okay.
that way. Some will get it that way.
hmm
Some get it just as an inner knowing.
Okay.
So, and some get it as a feeling,
hmm
a sensation. So that's what I'm going to do today, is just to
hmm
introduce you to it so that you can kind of see how you get your information, because that
Right.
confuses a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I first started, I didn't realize that. And then they're going, well, I don't see anything. What? And that's okay. That's
hmm
totally okay if you don't see anything, um, because we all get our information in a different way. So
Right.
if they're not seeing anything, I will ask how you feel. What do you feel? What do you sense around you? You don't
hmm
have to see it, because we all have that sense feeling too,
Right.
or that gut feeling, like, well, maybe your information is just coming up in an intuitive way. So what are you going to feel? And I say, don't block anything out. Don't try to analyze it when we're doing it,
Yeah.
because then you get in your head and out of your heart.
hmm
It pulls you up and out. So don't analyze, you just give the information as you're presented with it. And we can talk about it later
hmm
and sort things out later.
Right.
But in the middle of it, you just go with it. Whatever feeling or vision or
Mhm.
sensation that you're getting, that's what you go with.
Okay, and so for people watching the recording of this after, it might be, sounds like it could be a good idea for them maybe to just like, however they ground themselves or take deep breaths or something just to really relax them because again, there's this probably this, I would imagine, this anticipation going into it, like, "Ooh, okay, what am I gonna see? And I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna see 12 lives and stuff like that when and really like you might not see anything, but you might, but you'll start to either pick up just a knowing or feel a sense of what's happening or feel tingles or something within their body, but they should be super relaxed, I would imagine. And
yeah.
would you recommend that people are lying down or sitting up, or does it matter?
It really doesn't matter wherever they're the most comfortable. I mean, I've had
Okay.
them where they're lying down, I've had them where they're sitting up, some are reclining. Just
hmm
as long as they are really comfortable,
Okay. Okay.
that's all that really matters. Um,
Okay.
there is no one specific way of doing it.
Okay. And another question, sorry,
No,
because there's just, would you typically do this online for people, or have you done it in person with them, or is this typically online?
it's typically online, just because my clients tend to be everywhere.
Okay, yeah,
I've worked with them, people all over the world, so
okay.
generally it's online. I have done a few in person.
hmm
Um, Either or works. It doesn't matter. What I will generally put up a protection. I do a protection before we
hmm
even get started, so
Okay.
that there's no other energies that can get into it.
hmm
It's literally just me and the client and whatever the client is needing.
Okay. Okay. So I kind of thought I maybe we could start, but I want to because I'm going to go through it again here, so I'm going to sit back here in my chair. I'll mute myself so it's not noisy. Just in case there's questions or anything. Now, for people watching this on Facebook, they can just send it a message either underneath if they're not in the chat, which I know some people have kind of come in and if they want to ask questions, just maybe that gives us a little bit of time at the end for questions. And I know that you might have something you want to share about some upcoming information maybe after. So I just want to make sure we have that time. So yeah, are you okay if we jump into it now?
Absolutely. But
Okay, good.
I will start off with just getting you relaxed and a
Sure.
very, very quick meditation to relax y'all. So I want you to first just lean back, make sure you're really comfortable. And um, take some nice deep breaths. Just a nice deep breath in. And as you let it out, just feel yourself relaxing. Relax into your chair, your sofa, wherever you happen to be, on your floor, wherever you happen to be. Just close your eyes. And with each nice deep breath in, as you let it out, just feel yourself letting go and falling deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. Feel yourself relax. Allow that relaxation to take over your body. Just let everything go. Take another nice deep breath in. And as you relax, I want you to go to a favorite place in your mind's eye, to any place that you happen to love. It can be any place at all. With each breath, just allow yourself to immerse yourself into this place, into the energy, into the smells, the sounds, the feeling. Just allow it to unfold before you. Just feel this place. You're open to receive all the beautiful, vivid impressions from this location. Just focus on it. Really feel it. Feel like you're there. Just allow yourself to be in that beautiful favorite place. You are getting more and more vivid impressions. Allow those impressions to come. Just look around you. Examine your surroundings. How does it look? How does it feel? How are you getting this information? Do you hear the sounds? Do you feel? What does it feel like? Just take a few moments and immerse yourself into this space, into this favorite place. It is your favorite place. Just take a few moments. Look around, listen, notice, sense, and feel. How is it that you are perceiving the information? Just allow it to flow. You're doing awesome. Do not second guess yourself. Do not question it. Just to take whatever you are given I'll be quiet for a few moments to just allow you to explore this beautiful favorite place that you have and allow the impressions to flow and pay special attention to how you receive these impressions. Is it seeing, sensing, feeling, hearing, or just that inner knowing? Now I want you to pick a favorite object in this favorite space. Could be anything, whatever catches your eye, whatever you feel drawn to. Allow yourself to step closer to it. You are seeing it clearer and clearer, and the closer you get, the more clear it becomes. You can reach out your hand and touch it so you can feel it. Or you can just imagine it and get all your impressions that way. That object is right before you. You can see it from many different perspectives. What color is it, or colors are in it? Is it cold? Is it warm? What are the textures of it? Can you pick it up? Or are you just looking at it? Totally focus on this favorite object. You are there. It is right before you. You are enjoying it. You are treasuring it. What does it look like? How does it feel? Why are you drawn to it? I'm going to bring you up now and just explain a little bit. So I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1, and when I hit 1, you will be awake, feel really refreshed, like a mini holiday, and ready to get on with your day. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes. How did it feel? How was it? How did you get your information?
Well, I mean, I guess I can. That's, yeah, definitely we want everyone to answer that question, all the people watching in the group. Um, again, I will see if there's any questions posted. For myself, yeah, like I did it and it's visual for me. Um, as you and then gee, I can feel myself nodding off the times. But it's so funny because for me, when I was like I was, I'm listening to you and everything, but the place that I went to is in the Slocan Valley. There's a campground and there's a big waterfall and there's actually a bridge. So I crossed over that bridge and came to a big field with teepees all around it. Now, I did just finish watching a couple of days ago Dances with Wolves, but that's what I saw. So that yeah, it was interesting.
So it sounds like you went a little bit further.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. I, I, they're rebel, eh?
Well, that's what past life regression is all about, though. It is.
Mm,
It's just taking you to a different time and a different place. It's really as simple as what we did right now. Um, you receive impressions in the same way.
mm.
However you received them. All I did today was introduce you to how you receive your impressions, and we
Okay,
all do
yeah.
it differently.
Mhm.
It's quite a fascinating journey.
So June was on with us and she said that was amazing. So yeah, so she enjoyed it too.
Good,
Do you have any
good.
questions, June? Okay, I will just oops, I need
Okay.
to yeah, we can I'll just keep that there and I'll be able to see if there's questions that come. Um Yeah, I mean, it is really relaxing. The thing, I wanted to just maybe before questions come or before we end it, um, eh, how does the healing happen? Like, I know that, oops, I know for myself through that, it just really seemed to come out of nowhere, really, when you and I did it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was just by going through that process for myself, everything dissolved. Um, but yeah, how would like because are you actually is the healing coming because you're like working through something through like talking during it? Does it come like just by way of, like it did for me, just by going through the actual process, or how does?
There's different ways. Sometimes when somebody sees what has happened, it helps them understand why they react, and the healing can come just from that, because now they understand. With our human brains, we need to understand everything, and if we don't understand it, it's scary.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so we tend to hang on to it.
Hmm.
So once we can see the reason behind our fears, a lot of
Right,
times they go away, they just disappear. Other
right. Okay.
times we do a healing on it. Now I generally will do that by asking what your healing color is, like what color do you relate to healing.
Hmm.
Um, so we will fill the area with that.
Hmm.
First,
Okay.
we bring all of those feelings, or like if they're afraid of something, okay, what color is your fear? So if it's black, okay, we're going to take all that black out. We're going to
Okay. Yeah.
put it in a balloon or a bubble or some way of release, so we can release it, so we can let
Right.
it go.
Hmm.
And then we're going to fill that area with whatever color is healing to that particular person. Could be
Hmm.
pink, it doesn't matter, whatever color they want.
Yeah.
And so we fill that area with that.
Okay.
Sometimes it'll take several sessions to
Yeah.
really get it healed, but at least that first session will start the healing process.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, it opens doors, um, and helps the client anyway deal with things in a whole different way.
Right. Yeah. So I got no questions, but I'd like to have a session with Brooke now. So
Oh, awesome! you can, you can also message me on Facebook
Mhm.
itself, um, just Brooke Novello, and we can set up a session. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll post the link, your Facebook link, but so do you I was just gonna ask then if someone wanted a session with you, what how could they get a hold of you? And do you have anything that is maybe coming up soon for people to experience it or
Yeah, I just want to share that I will be doing a mini introductory one, on Sunday, January 11th
okay,
at, we'll do it 10 a.m.,
okay.
where we can dive deeper into discovering what your blockages or barriers are
Hmm,
in whatever, area that you're looking to release.
okay,
Now, this isn't we're not going to necessarily go into the work of unblocking them, but at
right,
least you can see why.
right,
Like
okay,
what are those, and yeah, we can always do a deeper a deeper one at a later date. Like you can book a
right,
session with me.
yeah,
Just that the mini one is $35.
okay.
Um, and yeah, it can help introduce you to what's blocking you, which will help you move on.
Okay. And
Um,
are you doing it on like StreamYard such as this, or will you do it on Zoom or a Facebook uh, group, or how will you do it?
right now, I'm still most comfortable with Facebook. You can do groups on
Hmm.
Facebook as well,
Hmm.
on
Hmm.
Messenger.
Yeah.
So that would be,
Okay. So
just
you'll
because
do it on a
I'm
Facebook.
familiar with
Yeah.
it right now. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and my
Okay.
limit is 5 people. I can take up to 5 people at the moment.
5 people, yeah, because I do know that you typically don't, you tend to stick to the one-to-one just because that's how it's come. But I do know that you do like to keep your numbers small when you do group sessions, and then that way it's just if there's questions in that, hey, it's probably easier. Yeah.
And it's just, it makes it more manageable. It can make it a little more personal.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's hard to deal with a whole bunch of different energies, but
That's
if
right.
I'm dealing
Okay.
with just the five, it makes it much more
Okay.
manageable.
And sorry, what date did you say again?
Sunday, the February the 11th.
February 11th. Okay, so Sunday, February 11th at 10 a.m. Excuse me, you'll do it on Facebook Messenger. So maybe again, I'm posting this one. This will go into the group. So anyone that wants to participate in the next one, which will be having a look at going through the regression therapy to see what the blockages are, and the cost is $35 and you're taking 5 people. So so maybe they can just put underneath um, yes or Brooke in underneath this post, and then you'll be able to see it. um, Everyone can just tag you in the comments section,
That's
and then you can get your 5, and then you'll send them the link for for
yeah,
the Facebook Messenger kind of group. Okay, well, that
absolutely.
sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Brooke, for coming on today. That was awesome. I actually feel a lot more refreshed than I did prior to doing this, and I'm excited even to do more with you and delve into numerology probably in the future. But yeah, it was really interesting and enlightening to hear about your past life regression therapy. So thank you so much, Brooke. And again, we'll post anyone who wants to join Brooke. There's 5 people for the next regression therapy where she's going to take you through for blocks. Just if you put her name, tag her in this post in the group, that would be great. Well, thanks so much, Brooke, and thank you everyone that could join us today. And if you are watching the replay or watching live, if you're watching the replay, just let me know that you're watching the replay. And thanks so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you very much,
I,
Joan, for having me. This has been awesome.
yeah, thanks, Brooke. And someone else said thank you. I love this, and I'm looking forward to watching more.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
have a
great.
yeah. Okay, well, have a great day, everyone. Bye. Enjoy the sunshine.
Bye.
It's beautiful. Get outside. Okay,
You
bye.
too. Bye.